Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us today for today's webinar. We're really happy to have you all along. Today, we're going to be talking about GIS-based fibre network inventory systems for telco, in particular, our solution called NetworkAccess. My name's Nigel Lester from the Spatial Distillery Company. I'm going to be your co-presenter for today, and I'm also joined by Dan Haig, also from the Spatial Distillery Company. G'day, Dan.
G'day, Nigel.
Just before I get started, let's just do a little bit of housekeeping. We'll actually, for everyone that's on the call today, we will send out the slides following on from today's event. We will also make a recording of the presentation today. So if you have any other colleagues that weren't able to join us today, we can able to forward that link on to them. We're using Zoom. Hopefully you're hearing us loud and clear. If you've got any technical issues, just type them in the Q&A box and we'll attempt to assist you. But also throughout the presentation, hopefully we'll get a little bit of time at the end to answer any questions you have. So if you have any questions while we're presenting, please type them in the QA box, and Dan and I will do our best to answer any of those questions that you send on through. So, as I mentioned, we'll have myself, Nigel Lester, the CEO and founder of the Spatial Distillery, and my partner in crime, Dan Haig, who, Dan, just want to introduce yourself?
For sure. G'day, I'm Dan Haig, based out of Sydney, and yeah, very pleased to be here with you all today.
Excellent, thanks, Dan. So, hey, Dan, just before we start talking a little bit more about today's topic, do you just want to give a quick background on the Spatial Distillery Company?
Absolutely. So Nigel and I, we're born and bred geospatial veterans. Far too many years to think about, unfortunately. And so along with our team, we have a huge amount of experience and love nothing more than helping organizations distill the best business outcomes from their location critical assets and data. And we do that through our expert team of geospatial and telco industry experts. And we're also ANZ's leading location intelligence SI or systems integrator, where we leverage our many strategic partnerships with best of breed technology companies. And with our JV partnership with Lepton, we've also developed the world-class P&I system called NetworkAccess, which we're going to focus on today.
Excellent, thanks, Dan. So before we start talking about network access and how that solution actually helps fibre operators manage their network, can you tell us a little bit about some of the trends that we're seeing inside the fibre market at the moment?
Yeah, sure. Hey, of course, you know, the last 24 months has seen unprecedented times with the COVID pandemic. But as a result, the need for remote access has seen a sharp increase in internet traffic. And the growth of 5G and the need for backhaul has seen the explosion of dark fibre. And so fibre is absolutely leading the charge here in Australia. And we're also seeing innovation and advancement in the gigabit passive optical network markets. So we're witnessing high growth in fibre, but this doesn't come without its own challenges for telco enterprises. And so Nigel, what are the typical scenarios and issues that face fibre operators?
Yeah, thanks, Dan. So yeah, with this growth and as people's networks grow faster and faster, they do become more and more challenging, I guess, to actually manage. So you know, really at the very beginning, you know, you want to look at your market analysis. Where are you actually going to build out your network? And we help a lot of clients around that. We look at business information, geodemographic data, and help people work out where to expand, where there's the best market opportunity. But then the next stage is also then that plan and design. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that with network access. But then you actually have to build the network, you have to operate it, you need to sell it. And that's making sure that you can actually service qualify new customer connections quickly and efficiently. That's probably another whole topic in itself. So we might come back and talk about that another date, but really important part in that fibre, I guess, network life cycle. But yeah, just drilling down into the planning and design part, what we see is, quite a number of organizations start off, they're managing all of their network data in CAD drawings or in Excel spreadsheets even, or QGIS, maybe some Google KML. And the network starts to become more and more complex and challenging to manage. And this is when organizations start to look towards an inventory platform to better manage that information. Also, once you've planned and designed, you actually then need to, what gets built out in the field is quite often different to what was actually planned. The reality of the physical ground needs to modify that network. So being able to have a closed loop process and be able to have people out in the field collecting data and keeping that single, consistent and accurate view of information is where we focus a lot with our clients, and that where they're finding huge benefits in using a platform like NetworkAccess. So as I mentioned, we're talking today about our NetworkAccess platform. It's a number of different solutions inside the GIS suite. As I mentioned, that stage of planning, there's a smart planner platform that helps with automated design. So if you're rolling out into greenfield or brownfield locations where you're connecting, hundreds potentially of new multi-dwelling units in a particular subdivision, for example, you can automate that design with Smart Planner. Smart Inventory is that network register, that end-to-end complete view of all of your network assets. And this is what we're going to talk to specifically today. But the platform also has a ticket management module. As I mentioned, a smart SQ module for doing really fast and accurate customer qualification. So understanding if you can connect the client to your network and what the cost would be for that, and what's the capacity and availability inside your network to actually connect that customer, and also some dashboarding and performance monitoring reporting modules as well. But Smart SQ, actually, we have a number of clients in Australia using that both for fibre and fixed wireless. And Dan, I think that's something we might actually have to do as another topic down the track.
Absolutely, I agree that there's a couple of companies online at the moment who I know have fixed wireless, so it'd be good to show them that for sure.
So from a plan to build, design, and operate better networks, NetworkAccess really and Smart Inventory really helps you streamline that fibre documentation. It helps you plan and better design your network, manage those operations more effectively by having that single view of your data, and also making it very easy to create reports and analysis across your network, and then share that information with both internally, but also potentially with third-party contractors as well. So let's look at Smart Inventory. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk you through some of the major areas inside the application. And then we'll jump into actually a live demo, and I'll show you some of the capabilities live. GIS-based looking interface, very simple to use, based off Google Maps, but you can also incorporate your own mapping databases as well. We pride ourselves on having an application that's very quick and easy to use and learn for any of your FTTX network engineers, or even giving access to other areas of the business, sort of sales and marketing as well. If they just want to have a view into the network, they can access that, and we can restrict the amount of functionality that they have to really simplify the application. Creating and updating network is very important. NetworkAccess comes with a suite of tools to allow you just to drag and drop network elements out into the map interface and actually build out and design your network. NetworkAccess also, because it's designed from the ground up as a telco solution, it actually maintains all of those parent-child relationships and builds out that hierarchy as you're actually building out the networks automatically for you. So you don't have to worry about that complexity. NetworkAccess actually understands how different network objects are connected to each other and the connectivity through a network. And we'll have a look at this in a moment when I demonstrate the platform a little bit more deeply to you. We also make importing and exporting data very simple out of NetworkAccess. So if you've got any data in CSV, shapefile, KML, KMZ, tab files, You can import and upload that data yourself into Network Access, so we make it very simple to get up and running. We also allow you to export the data because sometimes you need to be able to move that data out, maybe provide it to third parties. So Network Access and Smart Inventory is a very open platform in terms of both importing and exporting data, which is really important. One of the other features inside Smart Inventory is the ability to create and update new network elements yourself. As Dan mentioned early on, fiber optic technologies, changes rapidly. There's always new types of equipment that are coming onto the market. Each telco and operator have their own types of equipment that they prefer to use. Inside the platform, we allow you to actually model and create those new network elements in the system. So you don't have to wait for us as the vendor to add those new equipment types. You have complete control over that and can do all of that yourself. So really powerful and something that our clients really love about the platform. One of the other really great features is actually making it very easy to maintain and quickly create any cable splicing. So we have a really nice drag and drop interface so that when you're connecting two cables through a splitter or a splice closure, it's just a drag and drop interface to make those connections. And instantly, as you drag and connect those ports or cores of the fibers to each other, the database is automatically updated, and then the system actually remains and retains that connectivity through the network. That then allows you to do a whole lot of other stuff like network tracing across the network. So once you've built your network, once you've set up those connections and those splices on your cables, etc., you can then start to do what we call connection path tracing. So that's basically routing through any piece of cable or equipment, or even a circuit ID, or identifying a customer, and then tracing upstream and downstream from that particular network element to identify all the other pieces of network equipment that are included in that particular circuit. You can display that on the map. You can get a tabular view that you can output to CSV or Excel as reports, and you can also view that as a schematic, as you can see here, that basically just shows you end to end all of the equipment that's connected across that particular port or core. One of the other things that our clients are using NetworkAccess for is impact analysis. So if there's a particular outage on a piece of equipment or on a particular break inside the network, you can quickly identify which customers would be impacted from that particular equipment failure. It really allows you to be very proactive in identifying customers that would be affected, either by upgrades or outages, and is really a powerful feature, really based on that whole network model that we have inside the platform. One of the other things inside Network Access I must mention now is also OTDR tracing. So inside the network, we do store information like around the loops. So if you've got loops of cable that are sitting inside a pit, manhole, we store that level of detail. So if there is a physical break and you do an OTDR trace, you'll be able to accurately identify where geographically that break would be, because it's considering the true length of the fiber in using the loop lengths as well. Not only does Network Access provide you with an outside plant view, but we also allows you to drill right down into the inside plant view inside a building, and then actually model out that particular building structure. So you can define the number of floors inside a building. You can define the equipment rooms on each floor. You can say how many shafts there are inside that building. You can see the cable coming in here on the bottom left, going into a equipment building here, and then connecting a particular customer. You have full control over this. You can then drill down into that equipment room and look right down to the individual racks and the equipment and cards inside that rack, and the connectivity on each and every one of those ports inside that. And again, fully customizable. So you've got complete control over this. So the same way that we were doing the route tracing back on the map, and that connection path finding, you can do it again right down at this individual port level inside in the ISP view as well. One of the other things that you know, we're very proud of inside Smart Inventory is its flexibility in reporting. So it's really quick and easy to set up reports. You can output BOM and BOC reports, fully customizable to your own requirements. You can store values against different types of equipment, both on the equipment type, but also the maintenance costs against that, so that you can quickly report that. And again, we make it really easy to actually export that out into Excel or CSV in you know, formats if you need to use it downstream as well. So that was a lot of slides, Dan, but I think I might flip now into the actual application, and I'll show you. I'll give you a little quick demo. You know, 5-10 minutes, just showing you the look and feel of Smart Inventory. So let me just exit out of this. I'll flip to here. So Dan, just you can see the Smart Inventory screen there.
Sure can. Fantastic.
Excellent. Thanks, mate. So yeah, Smart Inventory, 100% web-based, run inside any browser. So you can access the application anywhere. There's also a mobile application as well for Smart Inventory. So we just log in to the instance. As you can see, simple mapping interface, layer control, the typical types of things that you expect from a GIS-based inventory system, I guess. But what we do inside Smart Inventory is we have this concept of workspaces. You can set up all your user configuration and user rights and user groups and what people have access to. But we can just, you know, click to and zoom to a particular workspace that we've been working in. This is just some dummy network that I've been mucking around with, not real data, but sort of show you guys the concepts. What we can do is, I'll just show you, here's some network. We can actually start to interrogate that network. So I've just clicked on this location here around this pit. And what we can see is there's actually cables that are connected into that location. You can see the 3 cables that are highlighting there. You can see the duct. You can see there's a loop at that location, and we have a manhole. So let me just click into the manhole to begin with. You as the customer, you know, using network access and Smart Inventory, you have complete control over the attributes that you capture. But what you can also do is you can store any images. So you can store imagery out of any particular network element. You can also upload any documents. So if you have any drawings or any other documentation that you want to store against network elements, you can upload that into the system. We can then drill into more details about that particular object or network element. This is a manhole. We can see some details around that specification. We can see the loops. There's a loop inside that particular manhole. All of this, if you have additional attributes that you want to store against your particular network elements, that's fully customizable as well. You can do all of that. So we've looked at just a manhole there. Let's go back and let's have a look at some splicing. So let me just zoom in a little bit. I'll just zoom in on this location around here again, Dan. Excuse me. Now, what I want to do is I want to actually look at some splicing. So I can click our splicing tools here, and I can click into this particular location. And what I can do is I can see here I've got a splice closure. And what I want to do is I want to look at this cable. You can see the cable highlighting, left-hand cable, and then our right-hand cable here. And I can say, let's have a look at the splice. What it's doing now is actually bringing back the detail in this interactive dialogue of all the splice information. So here you can see we have a 48 fiber cable. We color code the fibers based on their availability or status. But if you want to, say, disconnect a bit of fiber, you can just drag and drop that, and now that fiber is disconnected. If I wanted to go ahead and connect this fiber number 15 across straight through to fiber 15 here, I can just drag and drop that and let that go, and now that's spliced. That's how quick and easy it is in actually doing splicing inside the platform. So you go through, build up your network, do that splicing, and then you can actually start to trace through the network. So we can start to look at doing some route tracing as well. So if, for example, we wanted to look at a particular piece of fiber, we could click on this fiber here. There's the cable. We talked about connection path finder capabilities inside the platform. So we just click on the connection path finder. What we can do is, this is the fiber that we're on. We can then see all of the fibers that are connected. We can just select a particular fiber, and then we can say show route. And what it's doing is actually then routing through the network and showing us all the other pieces of network equipment that are connected to that fiber pair, both upstream and downstream. So we can actually say show route. We can show that on the map, and it's showing us the path of that particular fiber on the map. We can come back in here. We can actually not only look at it on the tabular view, but we can also look at it on the schematic view that I spoke about before, and export that out really quickly and easily to Excel or KML. Worthwhile noting here, optical link budgeting, all handled inside the platform as well. You can store optical link budget values against individual equipment types, and then calculate the transmitted power output based on those values that you store. So all of that, again, all handled inside the platform. So it's very comprehensive, but very quick and easy to learn and get up and running on as well. So Dan, what I thought I might just quickly do now is create a little bit of network and show how we create new network elements inside the platform. So inside NetworkAccess, we have the network library. And in this network library, you define all of your different network element types. So let's imagine I want to create some manholes, some conduit, some duct, and then run a cable through that. So what we can do is we can just drag out a manhole, and we can drop a manhole in a location. I'll just position that there. That sounds good. I'll just save that. That's now saved, committed back into the database. We can see it. If we wanted to then, run a few more manholes really nice and quickly, what we can do is we can just jump onto that manhole. We can say we want to clone it, use the same manhole type. Clone it, put a manhole, put another manhole there. And then we'll just save those. Okay, so now that's saved, what we'll do is just flip to this other instance here. Just flip to this next instance here. Let me just log back in. I just had an internet drop then for a second. And I'll just jump back to where we were. Let's have a look. And let's just drop the manhole in again. Just save that. And I'll just place one other manhole quickly because I know we're coming up on time, Dan. So
no worries. And we've got a couple of questions that have come through as well. So we'll
okay, great.
We'll do those at the end.
Yeah, great, fantastic. Let me just quickly add another manhole. So we've got two manholes here. What I'll do now is I'm going to just run some duct. And here's some duct. So I'm going to run it from that manhole down to here. What I can do is I can say, I want to click there. I'm going to terminate it at those manholes and now create that piece of duct. So now that duct's been created, joined together with those two manholes. And now, if I want to add some cable to that, what I can do is I can just actually click inside the duct. Look at the duct here. And then just go here and say add cable. And just create that cable. And now that cable's saved. And so now if we just info again here, the info down here, you can see we've created, there's the cable, there's the duct, there's the manhole. All very quickly and easily. What I could do then is inside the pit, if I wanted to join another cable, I could just add a splice closure and then do the splicing like we saw just before. One of the other things I'll just mention quickly, Dan, before I just wrap it up, is also Street View. So, you know, it's a nice feature. This all comes integrated with the platform outside the box. So if you wanted to actually, you know, it's what I call really situational awareness. If we wanted to drop in there and actually have a look, get a better understanding of on the ground, we don't have to punch out to Street View to take a look and look with where maybe the pits are, etc. You can do all that inside the one platform, which our clients really love as well. As I did mention, you can, just the final thing I was going to mention, Dan, is you can easily quickly flip to from base map imagery to, you know, satellite imagery, but you can also consume your own mapping web tile services. So if you have your own base maps, or if you have data from Aerometrics or Nearmap or something like that, we can also consume that data directly into the platform as well. So I might leave it there, Dan, and I'll just flip back to here. So hopefully it's a quick overview, but hopefully that gives everyone a feel for the platform and how quick and easy it is to use.
Superb. That was fantastic. Cheers, Nigel. Scratching the surface of the capability there, but hopefully, yeah, gives a good flavour for everything. So Nigel, just looking, there's a few questions that have come through. So thanks everyone for those. Integration. Is it possible to integrate with other systems? Is one of the questions.
Yeah, great question. Yeah, so Smart Inventory comes with a complete API. So there's a REST API to allow you to do integration. We've integrated with many different systems, CRM systems, also with network monitoring systems in the past. So yeah, definitely a very open system and published APIs that you can access straight away.
Yeah, fantastic. Another question, hosting, it's web-based, so
yeah, so we're very flexible as well. We have clients where we actually provide the complete SaaS solution on all the hosting and also providing managed services as well. So we have a team of network engineers where we can assist with services, but from a hosting perspective, yeah, it's cloud hosted out of Sydney. And but we do have clients that are running it inside their own data centers as well. So we're kind of pretty flexible on that, depending on how you want to deploy.
Yeah, and very quick one, the mobile app, how is that accessed?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I just mentioned it really briefly, and I haven't shown it today, but there is a complete mobile app for Smart Inventory as well that allows people to go and work out in the field and have access to the same information out in the field. So that's an app that's both iOS and Android compatible, so available on both operating systems.
Fantastic. And one of the questions you answered earlier anyway, in your demo, so that's fine. we'll move on from that one. And I think we're at time. Perfect.
Yeah, fantastic. Hey, we like to keep these short and sharp. So look, we know everyone's time's valuable. So we appreciate everyone coming on today. It's great to see so many people on the call. As we mentioned, this is recorded. We'll send out the slides. If you have any other queries, feel free to contact us. You'll find our contact details at spatialdistillery.com. We are your local spatial telco specialist company in Australia. So we really enjoy working with all our Australian clients. So please reach out to us. Check us out on LinkedIn and follow us as well. So
fantastic.
Excellent. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, everyone.
We will leave it there and let everyone get back to their day. Look forward to future webinar sessions and hope you can all join us in the future.
Fantastic. Thanks, everybody.
Cheers. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.